Hi everyone, it's Lonnie from Grace Blossoms for You, and today we're going to continue working on our recipe book. So what I want to do is make a pocket. It's going to be the whole page and it's going to take up the whole size, and it's going to be both sides, kind of like a wraparound pocket, but it's just going to wrap around itself. And so I need to make sure, this pocket I'm not going to be laminating, so I'm just going to make it the full size. The full size minus the edging there. It's still gotta fit. It's still gonna get the holes perforated to put in our spine. I think I want it to be, I only have one file folder, so it's my one shot at it here. Cut there. I did coffee dye my folder. It got some really cool designs on it, so not sure how those dots all came about, but I'll call that a happy accident. All right, so I'm going to erase this line. However much that is, 3 inches. Yeah, I could fold it 3 inches in. Now, probably be easier if I just mark 6 inches. To give me a rough idea where it has to go to. About there. And then all right, that should be all right. Okay, so probably have to do it that way. And then the holes will be on this side. So then I don't even have to glue it down or anything. I could just decorate that. And then it will be like so. I'm going to put that at the beginning of my recipe book so I can just hold individual papers in that. So, good. I won't take the time to decorate it now because I'm not sure what I want on it yet. But then we can move on to the other parts, which involve the laminating. So let me get some laminating pockets. Now you could use the thinner ones. These are the 5 mils. I'm trying to use them up, so I will try to do that. So this is the size of the page that I want to make a pocket for. And I've done some experimenting, and basically what I found out is that if I just laminate the space of this, then I won't have enough room to slide the recipe in later should I wish to do so. There's some recipes that I have already printed out and I can just straight laminate those, but for later on, if I want to add some, what I'm going to have to do is make pockets. And the only way I know to make pockets is to put something inside that will be like a placeholder. Something that doesn't stick together, something that you can't glue together. So that would be parchment paper. This happens to be the Kirkland one from Costco. Also, the other thing is it has to be, I made a few of these already, sometimes hit, sometimes miss. What I actually did last time that seemed to work pretty good is I I put this at the edge and I overlapped to make sure that the pocket was actually big enough and then, because the whole thing is we want to make the pockets, prepare the pages so that we can put everything back on our spine and then possibly add recipes into the pockets after we have reassembled it, so that we don't have to keep unassembling to add more recipes. Hope that makes sense. So anyways, what I discovered is I have to make the pockets a little bit bigger in order for there to be a nice edge, because the very first one I made, I didn't leave enough on the edge. So then I'm gonna see how this works to be my pocket. So if this is the actual size, then it's a little bit deeper, which is fine. Because I don't really need the edge. I want the edge open on this side, which is why I have the parchment paper sticking out. Because where the parchment paper is, there will be no laminating, because the glue is on the inside of these pages. So this is what I have to laminate. So I'm going to do that and then I will come back. Alright, I'm back. So what I ended up doing is making one pocket, and that's this one. Now the thing with the pockets is they're great and wonderful, and I will trim it down to size to match the others, and most likely we'll do that on the edge where the perforations are to go. Because I want the outside edges to match. So that is quite, they might not actually end up being sealed on this side, if I decide to take them in all the same amount, but that's okay. Anyway, so I figured why not just laminate the recipes that I had already done and the pages that I had already decorated. So this is one where I made a pocket before, and you can see it's not perfectly clear because some of the glue residue is still on there. Now, another thing, these are ones I already laminated. Something else to keep in mind when you make the pockets is that the parchment papers are placeholders for the actual recipe. In other words, if you're going to want to use these as a pocket and put the recipe inside, the easiest way to do that would be to leave the parchment paper in here, and then when you're ready, put your recipe in here, slide it to the bottom of the pocket. Not too difficult, as long as the parchment paper is still in there. But I noticed that if I tried to do this, if I took the parchment paper out before and then tried to stick the recipe in there, the glue will catch on the recipe page, and then you won't be able to get it all the way down. So this way the whole thing is in there, and then once the recipe page is in there, then you can grab the parchment paper, which doesn't stick to the laminating paper. So you can see, I mean, you could leave the parchment paper in there. It is see-through, translucent, if not transparent. But what I decided was that it was a lot easier to remove the parchment paper after you slide the recipe in. So for every pocket then that I would make, I would need new sheets of parchment paper, which is fine. It's just more cutting and it will take longer, so I won't do that right now. I will do that off camera. So yeah, that is basically how you do that. And so the next part is basically to assemble the whole thing back together. I'm going to be using my awl to make the holes. But before I do that, I'm going to make sure that I line up all my pages. So I think what I'll do is I'll leave it here for today, and then tomorrow I will finish up the punching of the holes and then assemble it, and then give you a bit of a flip through, see what I ended up with. Yeah, so hoping that I'll have good success, and I wish you guys a good day. So thanks for watching, and tune again next time to see what happens. Thanks for now. Bye bye.